By the end of this month, you'll have a solid foundation in Spanish. But perhaps even more important than that, you'll have the motivation and momentum to keep building on that foundation in the months to come. Now, you might think that you're already motivated enough. You have a personal and compelling reason to learn Spanish, and that should be enough to carry you all the way to fluency, right? But the fact is that no matter how good your reason is for learning Spanish, your motivation will fluctuate from day to day. There are going to be some days when you just don't feel like studying or practicing Spanish, and that's true for everyone. It all comes down to something called the 3 M's. So, motivation equals mindset times momentum. To stay motivated, you need both a positive mindset and steady momentum. If you have a compelling reason to learn Spanish, your mindset and momentum are probably both strong, at least right now. But what happens when you have a discouraging day and your mindset gets shot? Or when you miss a few days of practice and lose your momentum? Your overall motivation to learn Spanish will inevitably start to slump. And this is why so many Spanish learners fail to reach fluency. Staying consistently motivated is 90% of the battle. But with the right mindset and good momentum, you'll stay motivated to improve your Spanish every day for the rest of your life. This is an important lesson because we've found that the number one factor that makes or breaks a student's success and ability to achieve fluency in Spanish is their daily motivation. If you're consistent and make some progress every day, you will become fluent. But unfortunately, even one day of slacking off can put you 3 or 4 days behind on the progress that you've been making. So let's take the next few minutes to reset our mindset and kickstart our momentum. Let's start with momentum because that's the one that this challenge will make easy for you. These 4 short weeks will kick your Spanish learning into high gear and give you a surge of exponential growth. All you have to do is spend the 1 to 2 hours a day working through the curriculum 5 days a week consistently. It's like getting a boulder rolling down a hill. If you have to move a 5-ton rock, the hardest work happens at the very beginning when the rock is sitting still. After a lot of effort, you might get it to start rolling, and once it does, it becomes easier and easier to keep it rolling, and eventually it won't be any work at all. The momentum keeps it going. It's the same thing with learning Spanish. Getting started is the hardest part, but once you get going, if you've been doing the work every single day for a week or more, it will get easier and easier. And by the end of the month, your fluency path will be all downhill. Now, what happens if you start pushing a boulder, but before it starts picking up steam on its own, you take a little break? If the boulder stops moving, you have to start all over to get it moving again. So treat this month as the most crucial month of your life for learning Spanish. If you do the work every day, you'll see amazing results. You'll learn half of the Spanish language, you'll be speaking, understanding, reading, writing, and thinking in Spanish, and you'll have the momentum to carry you all the way from there to full fluency in the language. Now let's talk about the second part of the formula for success, which is your mindset. Because the key to learning Spanish well and maintaining your momentum is staying positive no matter how discouraged you get. Let's face it, there are going to be moments when you feel dumb for making a mistake or for not immediately understanding something in a lesson. And this is perfectly normal. It happens to the best of us. It only becomes a problem if you start thinking that maybe you just don't have it in you to learn Spanish. Fight that feeling. Studies have found that the most successful learners are the ones who make tons of mistakes, fall flat on their faces, and feel dumb a lot, but still keep going. This is called a growth mindset, taking fuel from the difficulties that you face. This might sound like a complete contradiction, but we'll dig into how this works as we rebuild your Spanish foundation this week. For now, think about it this way. A growth mindset means actually seeing your mistakes as opportunities for growth. So let's go back to the formula. Motivation equals mindset times momentum. Your first homework assignment in this challenge is very simple, but it's important. Leave a comment on this lesson that answers 3 questions. First, what's your ultimate motivation for learning Spanish? In other words, how would being fluent change your life? Second, how are you going to make the time every day to keep your momentum going consistently? Third, Are you willing to feel dumb, make lots of mistakes, and get better and better by embracing your difficulties? This may sound trivial, but there's a reason that we made it the very first assignment in this challenge. Consider this comment that you write to be the first domino that will start a chain reaction for the next 4 weeks. If you can get the momentum going this month, you can look forward to a lifetime of speaking Spanish. After you leave your comment, take a moment to respond to 1 or 2 comments from other students as well.